BMW has been engineering some of the most powerful, better weight distribution, aerodynamic cues on the market. Today, BMW of Wesley Chapel has given us the 2022 BMW M4 Coupe in your Brooklyn Gray Metallic. New for the year is the first time ever all-wheel drive. However, you have to get the competition package and it has to be an automatic transmission. We get the manual on this one. Another first, ventilated seats, the addictive performance and aerodynamic styling, and the best weight distribution. Who are we talking about? Audi RS5, Mercedes C43, or your alternative to a BMW M3. But the best part about this, you can get a convertible in it. Cutting edge technology, sporty styling in the interior, which is gonna be the better alternative. The faster, the more capable, or your Audi or your Mercedes. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and we're gonna go over all the specs and details, starting now. The new BMW M4 is an aggressive styling and it has nothing to back it but performance and aerodynamics, and it starts off with that aggressive vertical kidney grille. The black twin slate with the M4 badging, and I like how it just bulges out because it really gives that aggressive, bold styling to the fascia. Iconic adaptive LED headlamps with laser lights. Shadowline trim, that's what we're gonna have. Working down the lower bit with dynamic front aprons with air curtains and an air breather behind the front fenders. And the best part about this aggressive setup is the clearance is still at 4.76, which is more than the Audi RS5. It's more than the Mercedes AMG C43, and it has a wide, bold stance at 74.3 inches, a height of 54.8 inches. It's going to push into these fenders, that's going to bulge out, encasing these 19 by 9.5 in the front, 20 by 10.5 in the rear. Multi-spoke, these are M-spec, blacked out. Behind it, performance brakes with 4 pistons at a 15.7 disc reading. They're cut, they're ventilated. 2 pistons out back, the disc reading at 15 inches. It's ventilated, it's drilled. Performance in mind, and they need that with adaptive M differential and adaptive M suspension with electronically controlled dampers. The subframe is going to be aluminum. Aluminum suspension arms with double joint spring struts in the front. Out back, 5-link. Weight distribution, 52.7 to 47.3, which is going to be the best, even better than an M3. So this is something to consider if you're looking to upgrade. You might want to consider the M4 because it is the best performance. The length at 189.1 inches, wheelbase 112.5, which is going to be identical to the BMW M3. It's going to be the longest against the RS5 and the C43. What we have here is a carbon fiber roof. This is going to give us a lower center of gravity. It's going to be better for performance as well. You'll have your double arm M side mirrors. Again, performance is in mind with all those aerodynamic cues. Even for the badging, you can see those aerodynamic lines that go into the quarter panel and down the door. On the lower, you're going to get an aggressive black skirt, which I do like the setup of this coupe, with all the gloss black against this Brooklyn Gray Metallic. Don't stop there. It goes onto the trunk lid spoiler, which helps with downforce, even that diffuser. It's also a lightweight trunk to help with the weight, and that's what they're thinking on all 4 corners. The side grille, it helps reduce wind resistance. Performance is definitely in mind. LED tail lamps in the setup, just the most aggressive for this price point. Even when you're comparing it to the rivals, it's not going to have this much aggressiveness. Quad exhaust outlets, and I like the way it's set up. They're blacked out. Going inside to your cargo, you'll receive 12 cubic feet of storage. The rear bench split folds at a 40-20-40 split. That's gonna max the cargo, but at the end of the day, this is a coupe. If you really need more space, go to the M5. Let's go inside and hear that exhaust note. new BMW M4 definitely has that appearance and the striking styling. I mean, you can just see this vehicle is just ready to scream and get on the track, and BMW backs the performance with a 3.0 liter BMW M-Power Turbo inline 6-cylinder, producing 473 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. This is paired to a 6-speed manual transmission. They do offer a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, achieving 16 to 23 mpgs, 0 to 60, 3.4 to 4.1 seconds, which is the fastest, beating the RS5, beating the AMG C43 quarter mile at 12 seconds at 121 miles per hour, which keeps this neck and neck with the Audi RS5. Top speed, 155 miles per hour. This is the best in class with horsepower. If you need more, go a few more grand and get the competition. You got over 500 horsepower, which is insane with the weight distribution. I'm liking what I see. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2022 BMW M4 Coupe as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the BMW M4 Coupe, you're going to receive 40.3 inches of headroom, 41.7 inches of legroom with the Fiona red merino black extended leather. We got 14-way power adjustments. We have 2-way power headrests with the M4 that illuminates in there. We have manual cushion extensions. I mean, this is luxury and sport blended in. Yes, the interior cockpit is going to be a carryover from BMW 4 Series. We get carbon fiber, we get the aluminum inlays. It's going to set it to make it more sporty. 3-spoke leather wrap, multi-function M-spec steering wheel with your M modes, and the carbon fiber and the cross stitch, more aggressive. Going into the gauge cluster, you have the Live Cockpit Pro, which can go through an array of information. Right now we have it in sport mode. We're going to just show you how the boomerangs look with that. If you change it, it's going to still look super aggressive. They do offer a heads-up display. We do not have that in this model. But what I like in this configuration, so that way you can see the horsepower and your pound-feet of torque instantly. Elbows, it's going to be pretty soft too. Open up inside here and you're going to get a USB-C port and some storage. You get the carbon fiber inlays all around your 6-speed manual, and this is the heart of the performance. Yes, the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission is going to be faster. However, this is going to be a car that's engaged. You got an area to store your cell phone, cup holders, 16.9-ounce water bottle. I'd say maybe a 20-ounce with a 12-volt and a USB. Dual climate control settings in the front. We have the gesture and we have the touchscreen. It's a 12.25. So we have the pinch. We have the swipe. Click into your home button. Go into your apps so you can see every single app in which we have. Scroll that over. You have Amazon Alexa. We have streaming Bluetooth audio. Click into your M-Lap timer. This is cool because you have where you can set your timers. Push for your M modes. You have your road. And you have your sport. Here, we can go into your M menu, which you can configure your 1 and 2, so it makes it easier. This would be, I would say, maybe just for your daily driving. And then this is for your raw performance on the track. So that way you have everything set up, and you can change a lot of things in here to make it as sport derived. I'm gonna put it into reverse. Full trajectory. It's a 360-degree front and rear sensor. It's not a 360-degree camera. Click into here and you can show just your parking sensors only, or you can show your rear view camera. And I like how they keep the gloss black that pushes away from everything because it keeps a nice sporty styling. Door panel, gonna have some harder materials on the top. You get the Harman Kardon, memory for the driver, one touch up and down, and the storage pocket, you can easily fit a 16.9-ounce to 32-ounce, and you could probably fit a small little potato chip bag. That way, you know, just have some fun. This is set up with everything that you need, but the best is we have a back seat if you have kids or a family. Let's see how I look back there. For the back seats, headroom isn't necessarily that bad. I'm 6'3". Leg space 34.7, so it's better than the prior generation. What I do like is how they incorporated an area that a 16.9-ounce water bottle fits exactly. So they're thinking about me, the auto industry. Now there's nothing here, but there is. The pass-through, you can put it down. Look at this. I actually can sit pretty comfortable. This elbow is going to be a little bit higher, and it's obviously going to be firm. And in the center, you have your 2 USB-C ports, your 3rd climate control. Obviously, there's no storage. But the way you sit a little bit more inside, and the way it cocoons around you is good. Honestly, if you need more headspace, go to the convertible. I would. Taking the new 2022 BMW M4 Coupe out. The best thing, like I was saying on the exterior, go over speed bumps and you don't have to worry. With the Audi RS5, you will. With the Mercedes AMG C43, you will. The Audi RS5 is my favorite because it's the perfect blend of performance and it's not over the top where it breaks the bank account. But this is even better. And that's why I like BMW just does things to make it awesome. And I mean, this is second gear if I give it, like it's ready to rock and roll at any given time. It is just a phenomenal vehicle. And that's what we're gonna show you in just a few seconds. The best part about manual transmissions is you have to be engaged with them. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. And we're gonna just leave it in second gear for a second. It's in sport mode. Here we go. And then the brakes, you don't have to worry. People actually move out of your way when you're in a BMW M4. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit more noisy than the RS5 and a tad bit more than the AMG C43. But the aggressive styling that you get, I can't really stress enough because you really don't have an aggressive feel. It's more a luxury feel when you're comparing it to the alternative. And if you go up to the C63, the price point is just insane. You really can't compare it to that. And we're gonna show you those M composite brakes. I mean, you're never gonna have a problem. Brembo spec. You can do a full wraparound in this vehicle. Just put it into a lower gear, turn radius. You can see you get about 2 lanes, giving it some gas. It is so nice to be able to still have a manual transmission. Now the downfall is you cannot option this with a competition. You have to get the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. And I understand what they're doing because they want the car to be as fast as possible. 473 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. Here we go. The downfall is you're never going to get the optimal gas consumption with the vehicle. The plus is you're going to have a soundtrack and a fun drive. The weight distribution, it's the best, even better than an M3. So when people are like, oh, you know, the M3s are the best, they are good, don't get me wrong. This one's just a little bit better in the dynamics, not by much. Going on track performance, the numbers are going to be optimal. You can do every single thing. Now there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this car. The 3 things that I like about the vehicle is how they squeeze so much out of a 3.0 liter. It's not as small as an inline 4. However, you're getting nearly 500 horsepower, and if you go to the competition, you get over that. So look at the performance and the engineering that they're doing to get the best track-derived vehicle out. The second thing, it's aggressive, it's luxury, it has the tech, it feels comfortable on a long journey. Now, obviously, if you get the carbon fiber seats, it might be a little bit less comfortable. But for the most part, I mean, you're gonna give it some gas here and there and you can have even more fun because it's a manual transmission. The last thing that I like is they still offer a convertible. I am all about convertibles and the M8 is my favorite vehicle that BMW makes. The fact that you could get that with this and you can save a lot of money, almost 80 grand, that is something. The BMW M4 is definitely a vehicle that can be driven on a daily basis. I mean, I just like the handling of it, the steering to it, it's all precise and it does exactly what it needs to do. And here we go. The Sonata, on my defense, is going way past the speed limit. I'm going the speed limit. 3 things that I dislike about the vehicle has to start with how much noise you get. For a long journey, yeah, I can switch it to 4th gear and hear a little bit more exhaust note, but it's a pretty loud noise that comes in through the wheel wells, through the side. And I understand you have a carbon fiber roof, so it's going to be thinner, and the weight that they're putting for the materials is also thinner to offset the weight to give a great weight distribution. I just wish they could have maybe gave a little bit more sound dampening. The second thing that I dislike has to go to the exhaust. The exhaust note it's just not as loud and throaty as I would like it to be. Because when you start getting into something nearly 500 horsepower, you really want to hear a throaty exhaust note. You have to hit a higher RPM to do so. If you sit at an idle, you're not going to hear it at all. The last thing that I dislike about the vehicle with the competition package, in order to really get that 3.4 seconds 0 to 60, waiting at a red light, waiting at a red light. 406 pound-feet of torque, manual, here we go. I mean, how much faster do you really need to be with a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission when you have the engagement and the fun factor in this? This is definitely the most fun and playful vehicle that I have reviewed in quite a while. The in-your-face grille, and I just like to touch a base on this because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like it. It's actually really good because it helps prevent rock chips. So anything that's a big, massive grille, hate to say it, but you're not gonna have to worry about those scrapes or rock chips. Now everybody's on my bumper. I wasn't prepared. But that's the fun thing about these type of vehicles. You're gonna have people that's going to want to play with you all the time, and you have everything that you need all inclusive. I just wish it wasn't as loud. And yes, you do sit a little bit lower, even though the ground clearance is a little bit higher. So you do have a great blend and mixture. And I mean, the materials that they're using in the inside and on the exterior, just to help attribute the aerodynamics and the luxury, it's just a great blend. I like to thank BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2022 BMW M4 Coupe for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being a part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that next movie right there, the subscribe button, check out the details, the merchandise, the website, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.